I feel like I don't have much to say, but at the same time, I have quite a lot to say. So, doubt is a tricky thing, right? It rises, it gets stirred up when you can't guarantee the outcome of something. And you need to be able to tolerate it a certain amount. And I'd say I have quite a good amount of tolerance for uncertainty and trusting in the process and trusting that things are going to go good. Oh, by the way, there's a cat here having a little snooze. I feel like I try to make my art as real and raw as I can, and I try to capture the emotion behind that. But and in the moment when I'm making it, I feel quite good about what I've made. But then I release it, and then I look at it again, and then I go, oh, this is subpar quality. This is like, what are people gonna think about this? Like, I bet they think it's not impressive, it's not relatable, it's already done, it's not original. Like, all sorts of thoughts come up like that. And I just recently watched a video by, or rather a vlog by Dochi, like maybe 5 years ago or something, that she made. And she talked about not feeling worthy enough, but that's only because, or rather that she only felt that way when she looked at herself through the eyes of other people. And I really resonated with that because I think I am fine with myself. I've gotten to a point where I don't judge myself. I love to make my art in a stream of conscious sort of way and just be free and let myself play with it. And then the moment I think about letting other people see that and hear that, like especially family members and friends and stuff, or acquaintances like who know me, I just feel so unsure about myself. Like, it's much easier to think that a stranger will like it more. And I'm not sure why that is. I guess it's because the strangers don't have expectations set up for me already. I think maybe that's it. But yeah, then there's the other thing of like, I don't see people similar to me in general, I guess. But like, especially when trying to look for similar artists in the same genre, for example, there's only like a few people. And even then, I feel like so different from them. And it makes me feel so alone. And then it's also like I know my music could be classified as like alternative / experimental pop, perhaps. Like, that's the closest thing I've found to what my music is. Maybe art pop or something like that as well. I then go look at artists in that sphere, in that genre, or in those genres. And then I'm like, what the heck? Like, I don't see people like me. I don't see stuff I want to make. And obviously that's like a big sign that if no one's making what I want to see, what I feel the world needs, then that's obviously what I should make. And that's what I've been doing. But then there's like a part of me that's like, well, I'm not getting any views, really. I'm not getting comments from people, really, except for like friends and stuff that actually watch my videos. So then I start thinking like, oh, well, obviously the problem then is that I'm not working hard enough, that I'm not appealing enough to the masses or something like that. I don't know. It's like I get this idea that, oh, well, maybe I have to start doing weird visuals more like FKA Twigs or like Moses Sumney because I really like that. But that's not me. That's not authentic to me. And then I start feeling like conflicted. But yeah, I feel like I need to copy others more to see myself in them more, which is like a backwards way of thinking, and it makes no sense at all, like saying that out loud. But I don't know. Obviously I'm trying my best not to be influenced by those thoughts, and I'm trying to just stay on my track and do what feels like me and what feels authentic, and do that, because I do believe that there is value in that for people. And I do feel like it is new. I feel like my music in itself is unique. I have a unique vision. I have a unique sound, like sonic world that I create within my songs and stuff. So I know that there is something special about that. It's just very hard to do all of this alone, especially when I'm not seeing any result from it yet. And I'm very grateful for all the help I am getting so far from people. Like my album covers, I have very talented artists helping me, who have helped me create the single covers. I think I said album covers. I meant single covers. And like I'm very, very grateful for that, because it takes a lot of stress off of me having to do absolutely everything alone. And then I have very, very generous sound engineers and a very generous mastering engineer who help me, and I can't really pay them much money, so I'm incredibly grateful for them. But everything else I do alone, and I try my absolute best to study as much as I can to see how I can reach people. But now I'm getting to the point where I feel like I have a lot of knowledge of what I could do and what works, but I choose not to do that because it doesn't feel real. It doesn't feel authentic. It doesn't feel like the way I want to do it. I don't want to risk changing the way I come across to people just so I can get more views or more comments or more engagement or whatever. I trust that it all will come in time. I just sometimes feel very hopeless, and I feel like I'm doing everything wrong and like nothing's gonna work out because I don't see results yet. I have seen some results, but yeah, and it's tough, but I am willing to do the work, the hard work, for as long as it will take, if it means I can do it in the way that I want to, that feels good for me, and if it means that the right people will eventually come across my music and my art in general. Yeah, and it's like I recently watched a couple of videos that like had nothing to do with each other, but I saw the same thing come up in those two videos, which was it takes a long time to get recognized. Like no matter what you do, I'm talking mainly YouTube, of course, but like no matter what kinds of videos you do, it takes a long time, it takes a lot of work, and I know it's not it is mostly planning, consistency, strategy, and a very small percent of that is luck. Even if someone does get lucky and they blow up and get a lot of recognition, if they don't have the plan in place, then it's gonna be a fluke, and then they won't know how to sustain that. So I would much rather take the path of having less people see my messing up and mistakes, and perhaps even embarrassing attempts at trying to find myself, though I don't think there's anything embarrassing about trying to find your groove and what you want to do and how you will settle in with how you make things. yeah, I feel like there are probably a lot of people who feel like they don't fit in. And I'm not like talking about fitting into a certain music genre or whatever. I mean in general, like in the world. Like I feel like there are sort of groups of people, types of people. I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that a lot of people fake it, perhaps to fit in more with each other. And that's fine if someone wants to do that. But I have never been able to do that. If I try, I still end up bleeding out the real me, or like it seeps out of me, and I can't help it. I think there are a lot of people out there like that. I refuse to believe I'm the only person. I used to believe that in the past, but now it's like, no, I don't think so. It's a very self-centered way to think of the world. After all, we're all humans and we go through the same experiences. Anyways, I'm sure I'm gonna touch upon this topic more in later videos or whatever, but that's the thoughts I have right now about that. So yeah, that's about all I have for you right now. I hope this resonated with someone and maybe even helps someone feel better, which is always one of my goals when posting anything out into the world. Wanna see a cat? Here is a sleepy kitty cat. Say hello. What do you think, Nina? She's kind of shy right now, I guess. Anyways, thanks for listening, hanging out, and see you in the next vlog. Brain empty.